The vast majority of people who start a company in Ireland will often go with the private limited company structure. This is primarily popular because of what it says on the tin. You, as a shareholder of the company, your losses are only limited to the capital that you have invested in the company, and your personal assets are safe, except in some very rare circumstances where, in a court setting, that limited liability can be set aside. However, in today's video, I want to briefly talk about a different structure that is also available to you, and that is a ULC, or an unlimited company. Let's firstly just kind of define exactly what it is. An unlimited company is a company structure where the shareholder has unlimited liability for the company's debts. So the creditors, for example, if they were to sue the company, they could also reach over and take some of the shareholders' personal assets to satisfy some debts in certain situations where the company is unable to satisfy its own debts itself. So you would be thinking straight away after hearing that sounds like a huge disadvantage. Why would anybody want to sign up for something like this when the private limited company structure is available? And in a moment, I'll talk about some of the advantages to this type of structure. But firstly, I suppose just as a bit of broader context, even if you have a company with limited liability, often, say for example, if you are borrowing money through the company, a bank will ask you for a personal guarantee as well to cover off that debt. So in reality, even if you have a limited company, sometimes your liability is not limited if you have given personal guarantees for company debts. Now, probably the biggest advantage of an unlimited company is the confidentiality side of it. Certain types of ULCs are not required to publicly file their financial accounts with the CRO. That, for some people, if they want to hide their company's financial results, can be a huge benefit, and they might want to go with that type of structure just for that reason alone. So nobody from the public will be able to go onto the CRO website and purchase a set of financial statements for that company. Whereas for a limited company, you will be able to go on and find their financial statements. However, if your company is micro-sized or small, what actually gets published with the CRO is only an abridged version of the financial statements, and often what you need to disclose in those is quite limited anyway. It doesn't normally include the profit and loss account of the company. It'll just have the company's balance sheet and some notes to it. And what you're actually submitting to the CRO and publishing publicly is quite limited anyway. So maybe a ULC structure will be more suited to medium and large size companies who have to disclose much more when they are submitting their financial statements with the CRO, and they may not want to disclose all that information, and a ULC structure can help them keep it all private. Another advantage then is how the company pays its dividends. A regular limited company will have to follow different statutory rules about how and when they can pay out the profits to their shareholders, whereas for an unlimited company, these distribution rules are disapplied. This means that you're going to have much more flexibility in when and how much you can basically pay your shareholders as dividends compared to a limited company. Now, before you go off and set up your unlimited company, you need to know that there's two different kind of categories that your unlimited company could fall into. There's designated unlimited companies and there's non-designated unlimited companies. Let me just briefly explain what the difference is between these two categories. The main reason that you do not want your company to be classified as a designated unlimited company is that designated unlimited companies actually need to submit their financial statements to the CRO. They don't have this exemption for submitting financial statements. So what is typically categorized as a designated unlimited company? Typically, there's a lot of information here. Now, I can just boil it down here to a couple of different common situations. So say that you have your unlimited company, and that unlimited company has a parent company sitting above it, and that parent company actually has limited liability. Then in that situation, your unlimited company would be considered a designated unlimited company. Similarly, if your unlimited company had a subsidiary and that subsidiary had limited liability, then your unlimited company here, that's the parent of the subsidiary, would also be considered a designated unlimited company. So when any of the owners essentially of the company have their liability protected at all, you are categorized as a designated unlimited company, and you will still have to submit financial statements with the CRO. Whereas if you are non-designated, then in that situation you have the exemption of submitting financial statements with the CRO. So that's important, just so you understand that when you're setting up your overall structure. So that is essentially all I wanted to cover on this topic. If you have any questions on it, please let me know down in the comment section and I will get back to you. Thanks very much for watching and make sure and subscribe to the channel.